At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SauterHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to the Spring Equipment and Technology Clinic February 3rd through the 5th at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney. New this year, the planter and sprayer clinics are combined into one streamlined, hands-on event built around growers' time and needs. Get expert training on John Deere planters and sprayers on topics including maintenance, technology, and autonomy. Don't miss it. February 3rd through the 5th in Kearney. Visit landmarkimp.com/events for details.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. February's cream cheese flavor is white chocolate raspberry. Pair it with a strawberry cold foam. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe. Culture and Coffee with Mike Smith and the Bowie Boys is back this Friday, February 6th, featuring members from the Nebraska baseball team. Stop by this Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. as we turn the ticket into a skate park. You heard that right, a skate park, and also highlight the upcoming year for Husker baseball with players from the team. Again, that's 6 to 9 p.m. this Friday, February 6th, for a live broadcast of Culture and Coffee from 6 to 8 p.m. and a Vintage Market plus skate experience hosted by the Bowie Boys from 8 to 9 p.m. This is a party you won't want to miss. MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Ostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, happy Monday, happy February. It is the 2nd of February. It's good to be back in the studio. Before I forget, big shout out, big happy birthday to my nephew, Mason. Mason is 37 years old. In swim and Malachi, he is celebrating out of the country. My man went to London. Now he's in Spain, Barcelona. Dang. Mother, nephew, Deshaun was just in Barcelona. Man, when I turned on my birthday at that age, man, I got a Valentino's pizza, birthday pizza with a candle on top.
That's, I say, what a life. What a life to be able to spend it in London.
Them Davis nephews is living life. I'm like, man.
Yeah. They must have gotten an early check from their uncle.
No, I need some checks from them.
Yeah, right.
Them
Right.
brothers is living nice. Man, it is good to be back in the studio. Swim, is good to see your face, man. It is good to feel somewhat healthy again. At the gym this morning, Swim, this is my first. Well, I worked out yesterday.
Yep.
Saturday was the first time I worked out since Tuesday to getting sick. And Saturday, I just got on my walking pad and walked for 30 minutes.
I saw.
Dude, it felt like, when you see ice breaking on the river?
I do.
That's what my chest felt like.
Just cracking all over the place.
All that junk. And
Oh, yeah.
all that congestion in my chest. I mean, I still got a little bit, but nothing like it was. I had a temperature, man. I had the aches. I was chills. I was shivering. Being sick sucks, man.
It does.
Big shout out to my big brother, Brandon Stye, former Nebraska old lineman. Seen him at the gym this morning. He's been dealing with it too, dude. Like big time.
Everybody's been dealing with it.
Yeah.
It's been going through it.
He's pressing close to 2 weeks, he said.
Jeez.
He's just now. So
Well,
he had a
the
really bad
worst part is the lingering cough, right?
Yes.
Because then like you're not sick, but not everybody around you knows that. So
Yeah.
you go into a public space and you start hacking away,
Yeah.
and you're like, I promise, I'm not trying to put everybody else in danger here.
Yeah.
It's just I was sick 3 weeks ago and I'm still coughing.
Still coughing. And I still feel like that I'm underwater listening right now.
Oh, really?
Because that congestion's still in there. But man, it's much better than what it was. Folks, we got a great show for you today. Swim is back on the push-up train. That we'll
We
get that
are.
started. He is at we're just gonna say 280.
That's fine.
not correct?
Yeah, 280 is fine.
We're gonna say 280.
Yeah.
left.
IQ Crew has been texting to the show the entire week last week when like Jay was
IQ
filling
Crew,
in.
my man.
Jay was filling in. Austin was filling in. Days where I wasn't here because I was in Ann Arbor. Like IQ Crew was texting like, are we just forgetting about the push-ups? No, but we agreed. We mutually decided that we wanted each of us to be here
Yeah.
to witness each of them. So that way there was no miscommunication.
Yeah.
And so we'll knock him out this week.
Yeah, I appreciate my man IQ Crew, man, keeping everybody accountable. And big shout out to Foreman, little bro. I appreciate you for helping me out. Austin, Orman, AO. I hope your family, AO, is improving. I know his bride and baby were sick too. So Jay, Austin, I appreciate you guys. Love you. Thanks for filling in for me. Swim, I'm glad you got back home safely from Ann Arbor. Folks, we got a great show. Of course, we'll talk about the Huskers last night. First of all, the Husker ladies fell to number 11 Ohio State, 90-71. Last night, we'll dive into that. We'll also talk about the men's loss to number 9 ranked Illinois last night, 78-69 at the Vault. They had an interesting sign in their locker room too, and I'm not worried or flustered or upset Nebraska. Of course, I wish they would have won, but man, it is what it is. They came here, beat us. We went there and beat them. It's a 1-1 match. I'm not losing any sleep over that. I'm more concerned with the women, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But first of all, folks, we got a great guest with us, and also at the 10:30. 10 o'clock, we're going to talk all men's basketball and break that down between the numbers, where they're at. Frager back, Mast, with the water legs he's got, but also the Husker football schedule. Because I want to get Nick's opinion on that, because me and him haven't. It's been a while since Nick. Was it a week ago? No, because I was in Florida a week ago.
You weren't here. No, we didn't get to do
We got-
a show in studio together. We did the show
on the
Tuesday.
radio when you were called in.
Yes, on
Yep.
Tuesday
From
when
Ann
we
Arbor.
streamed in and stuff. But no, nothing last week.
I
So
need to go grab your cheeks right now. It's the first time I've seen you in a while.
you should.
Your cheeks on your face, might I add?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate the clarification.
There's a little Nicky swimming.
Yeah, right.
Folks, we got Malachi Hopkins in the house. Malachi always look like a free safety, like he just wanted to hit somebody. Man. What position did you play in high school?
I was a linebacker.
Yeah, because you just look like you want to hit somebody. We got Malachi Hopkins in the house to kick things off, the founder of Everybody Gets a Chance. Unleashed Fundraising Gala will be coming up on February 13th. Malachi, good morning, brother.
Good morning. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just looking at Mount Everest right up here in the pec department right now. The pecs and also the traps up top up there, man.
I just got back in the gym, so
And you just held. See, that's what are you 23?
yeah, 23.
See, you took what half a year off, something crazy.
Yeah, like about a year off. Yeah.
And Swim, he took a year off. Look at him, man. That's what I don't understand.
I know. I start growing width-wise if I start growing out. If I take a year off.
Wait.
He talk about trying to lose this weight.
Yeah.
My man got a
Hold
12
on, you have
pack
no
now.
room to talk.
No, I got carry-on luggage.
Hey, Malachi, this guy comes in, he's like, I got carry-on luggage. I got the stomach. I got the stomach I got to worry about. I'm trying to hit 10,000 steps a day.
Oh. Man.
I'm trying to get there, baby. Malachi, first of all, man, you recently turned 23. Was it about 4 months ago?
Yeah, September.
And you went out of the country for your birthday, too.
I just went out of the country last month.
And where'd you go?
Dominican Republic.
See, it must be a you thing. This is your generation. Slim.
No,
you guys just for regular birthdays, like I said, we go to Golden Corral, guys my age. You go to maybe grab some Long John Silver's so the last one open someplace, or maybe you get to Sizzler. You guys go to Dominican Republic. My nephews go to tour London and have wine in France. I mean, I seen your pictures too. You was living life, man.
Yeah,
fine cigars, living life.
It was fun. No, it was my first time out of the country too, so
I love it.
It was amazing to see. It makes me definitely want to travel more.
Absolutely.
And appreciate everything I have. So.
International. Malachi, when did you start the foundation Everybody Gets a Chance?
We got registered of April 2023, but I had the idea late 2022 after I moved back from playing football at Coffeyville.
Why did you start it?
Short story, I got a career-ending neck injury from football, spinal stenosis, and I moved back to Lincoln. And before they diagnosed me with that, I just knew I had an injury with my nerves because my body used to hurt all the time.
Yeah.
So we got the MRI, and on that MRI, they said, yeah, you got this injury. But then they also said that you had a nodule in your thyroid. And I was like, what is that? Then they found out I had thyroid cancer too. So I had 2 different neck injuries I dealt with. And, AD, like when football was your whole life and you come back and now you're dealing with an injury or you're dealing with an illness and you have really nothing else you have purpose for what it feels like. I kind of just was really depressed for a couple months and I didn't know where I wanted to go with my life. And, I always wanted to kind of be like a football coach, a PE teacher in that kind of aspect. And so dealing with all those medical issues and having a lot of time on my hands, I had a lot of time to think. I was really sad, but I realized that my passion, I still wanted to keep it in with sports, but I also was a kid who grew up with a single mom and didn't have a lot, but I had some mentors that helped me in different ways. If it was football, if it was life. So I wanted to kind of combine that together, and I created the idea of Everybody Gets a Chance. So now we give opportunities to kids that don't have access to sports performance training, mentorship, therapy. We provide them with nutritious snacks. And then now, from the last year and a half, we do scholarships. So we pay for kids' gear for them to play for organized sports, all those good things.
Malachi, speaking of sports real quick, as far as, like you said, getting proper training, et cetera, what you think about the changes that have taken place since you've been in high school, and that's only been, basically 5 years now, 6 years now.
Yeah.
You think about how competitive it is. You look at like I said, with NIL, select teams, 7-on-7 travel teams, et cetera. What are some of the costs even to join some of these select teams?
Oh my gosh. One of our scholarships, just basketball was $600 just for
$600.
No, $700, and that was just for a couple months with one of our AAU players that we get for scholarship.
See, Swim, and this is something to where I know it's the norm now, but literally, I went to work to help my dad and would try to earn a little money to buy my basketball shoes. I remember the entry fee for small fry basketball. I don't even remember what it was, but for our family like ours, that was not cheap. And I couldn't even tell you what it was. Text line, if you remember if you played small fry basketball, what that registration was. I mean, it was affordable because that's what they wanted to do.
No, for sure. I played
at the Salvation Army.
I'm not exactly sure how much it was.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, but me being one of 6 kids, it wasn't like my parents had money like that. 600 would have been totally out of the question. My dad looked at me like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah. No.
There's no way we could afford something like that. So the resources you're providing, I know go a long way with those families.
Most definitely.
Tell us about the event on February 13th.
So kind of how you asked how long we've when did I start it, which was that April 2023. Now it's 2026, so we're on to year 3. So it's actually our 3rd annual Champions Unleashed Gala. And what all is going on, it's at Embassy Suites right over there, 5:30 to about, just depending on how much.
So this is like a party 5:30 until? When I was in college, we would say until.
There's no end date.
Depending on how much fun you want to have is when it ends, because we do have a concert by the band Voda at 9:30. And
My man Brian Olsen.
Yeah, so we have access till the Embassy until 11 p.m. So you can stay and watch the concert for about 30 minutes to an hour and leave after. But if you want to hang out more and have some fun, it's definitely something that you guys should attend to support our cause. Just because our main focus for this year's gala, like last year's gala, was to support our scholarship fund, because before last year we've only given out 2 scholarships. Now, since we had that gala and we finally got a little more funding in, we've given out 32 scholarships. So
wow.
It's like we just keep growing. And now for this gala, this is going to be trying to fund a more scholarship fund, but also we're expanding in Omaha too. So now we're going to have Lincoln and Omaha schools and more scholarships.
That's what I was going to ask. I'm glad you brought up how you've increased the number of scholarships, because as you enter year 3, did you ever expect it to become what it is now?
I had a really big goal of what I wanted it to look like, but it's like weird seeing it happen in person. I was talking to my roommate, he's my program director, and I just thought it was weird because now I took a step away from Lincoln programming because I'm focused on more fundraising and then the expansion into Omaha. So it was just weird that I was talking to him and I was like, I have 12 coaches who are under me. I have a program director. We're working with 700 kids. We're in like 6 Lincoln schools. We partnered with Terrence Crawford's gym in Omaha. Now I'm going to be in the Omaha schools. We were giving out $1,400 scholarships every month last year. And now my goal is to do way more from this guy.
Wow. At 23 years old, you said, you know what? This setback is going to be a setup for a comeback. You know, and you used you used adversity, to be a benefit to somebody else, man. 5:30 to 5:30, like you said, the open bar, the doors open. 7 p.m. plate at dinner. Program and video start at 7:45. Is there a cost to get in to get into the event?
Yes, so it's $100 a ticket, and that comes with that concert, with the open bar, with that plated dinner. And we're gonna announce some things this week, but we'll have some good people there that people would like to come see. So it'll definitely be an event to want to support people around the athletic field, people who care about our community. It's going to be just a good night. I have a lot of high hopes for this just because I've seen how much we've grown with even the scholarships, with even the impact we're making on the kids, and definitely help. It's going to help just change the lives of a lot of different kids, and there'll be some testimonials there also.
You mentioned there's going to be a panel format for youth. What's that going to consist of? Like, the age demographics, et cetera?
So for the video we'll be showing at our program, we have an interview with Terrence Crawford's gym, the kids that we've awarded scholarships there, also how programs like ours partnering helps the kids. That'll be a segment of the video. And then we have 2 kids that we're interviewing, and then one with a parent. So one of the kids is our program. I started out with him 2 years ago at Color Middle School last year. Now he's in high school at Northeast, but we're expansion into a career club for high school. So he's still an EGC program. So he'll be the kid doing the panel format with me. And then we also have one of our scholarship recipients who plays basketball right now at Lincoln High on girls basketball. Her and her mom, they won't be able to make the event anymore because she actually is playing a game, but we're doing a pre-recorded message.
Oh, cool.
So it's going to be one kid focused on the program and one kid focused on scholarship fund. And that's the kid I was mentioning that she plays the AAU, and she's actually pretty good. She's getting some looks right now, but her mom, I've known her since I was a kid. She was one of my mom's best friends, but honestly, it just makes me emotional knowing that, like, how someone who grew up, she was a single mom too. So having one of my mom's best friends and me being able to award her a scholarship, because she even told me, like, it's like because AAU's in Omaha. So driving down there for practices, paying for the gear, paying for the tournaments, for hotels, it's hard. She's a teacher. We've actually co-teached together at Lincoln High before, and it's just kind of hard to be able to do that when you have all these kids who want to be active in these sports and stuff like that. So that is going to be, I think that's going to hit home for a lot of different people when they watch that video. It's a sacrifice that these parents make. So when people help support and we're able to provide kids scholarships, it definitely makes a huge impact.
Remind that we're leaving out an important piece of it. I was looking online already, so I know where to go to get tickets. Where can they go to get tickets if they want to learn more about you guys in general? Donate if they can't make the event, if they don't want to come to the event. Kind of give us the rundown on that, Malachi.
For sure. So if you want to go to our website, egcnebraska.org, there's a Gallup payment link on there. There's also a donate link. You can sponsor a kid. You can sponsor a program. You can sponsor a scholarship. We have the cost breakdown of everything, of how much it usually costs on an average cost. You can go to our social media. There's a QR code on the flyer. On Facebook, it's just Everybody Gets a Chance. And then on Instagram, it's egc.ne. And then on LinkedIn, we're EGC Nebraska. So just kind of looking on there, we have our flyer posted with the QR code. Our website has all access to all different links, egcnebraska.org.
EGC, Edward, Gary, Carey, EGC, Echo, Go. I want to say another word for the C. What would they say C in the airport? How they say it? What would they say?
Charlie.
There we go.
Charlie.
Echo Green Charlie.
There you go.
EchoGreenCharlie.ne.
EGC.
EGC.
Everybody gets a
I
chance.
gets a chance. I love it. Do you like? Thanks for letting me know for Charlie. I forgot that Charlie.
That's okay.
I was going to say Chuck.
I'm sure.
Folks, real quick before we let Malachi go. Entertainment of the night. Talk to us about Brian Olsen's a good. I've known Brian for a lot of years. Was on The Voice?
The Voice
went very deep onto The Voice.
I think he was a top 3 contestant.
Yeah, I think he was top 3. And Brian is cooler than the other side of the pillow, man. Good guy. He's played a number of shows here in Lincoln, abroad, nationwide as well. Tell us how long they're going to be doing their set.
So they're going to be going for about 30 minutes to an hour to close us out for the night. So he was amazing. Like, he worked with me. He loved my story. He asked all the questions that you guys were asking, and it meant something to him too. He's familiar with a lot of the people. One of my good childhood friends started the church City Light, and he was a part of that too. So
great church.
Great church. And, he just was on board, and he's ready to do it, go overboard. And, he said he was going to close out the show and have a good time. He was excited.
February 13th, Embassy Suites, downtown Lincoln. Tickets are $100. All those proceeds will go to the investment, and everybody gets a chance. Malachi, again, tell them where they can find tickets and make my contributions.
EGCnebraska.org.
EGCnebraska.org. Folks, we want to give a big thanks to Malachi for coming in this morning. Again, go support that. February 13th, we'll make some more announcements. It'll be on our socials. We'll get some pictures. Definitely check that out because, like I said, I love to see someone at his age saying, I'm going to not just get involved, I'm going to get involved with my time, my resources, and my talents, and you're paying it forward in a big way, man. So, Malik, I'm telling you, man, I'm proud of you, little bro. Love you. And I can't tell you, inspired the heck out of me. It's like, you know what? Don't just say something. Get involved, man. Get involved.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot.
Appreciate it, man. Folks, we'll be right back. It's The Drive. It's Monday. 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes a complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out on mynutritionauthority.com.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. February's cream cheese flavor is white chocolate raspberry. Pair it with a strawberry cold foam. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe. Culture and Coffee with Mike Smith and the Bowie Boys is back this Friday, February 6th, featuring members from the Nebraska baseball team. Stop by this Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. as we turn the Ticket into a skate park. You heard that right, a skate park, and also highlight the upcoming year for Husker baseball with players from the team. Again, that's 6 to 9 p.m. this Friday, February 6th, for a live broadcast of Culture and Coffee from 6 to 8 p.m. and a vintage market plus skate experience hosted by the Bowie Boys from 8 to 9 p.m. This is a party you won't want to miss.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what?
I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to the Spring Equipment and Technology Clinic February 3rd through the 5th at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney. New this year, the planter and sprayer clinics are combined into one streamlined, hands-on event built around growers' time and needs. Get expert training on John Deere planters and sprayers on topics including maintenance, technology, and autonomy. Don't miss it, February 3rd through the 5th in Kearney. Visit landmarkimp.com/events for details.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come join the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the Super Bowl at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of foods for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Buffalo Wings and Rings? It's the Super Bowl party with 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's good to be back, folks. Back in the studio, back in his house, back on 1040 O Street, back at the mothership with my man One Lane, my man Chiseled Swim, my man You Wish You Were Him, the Renaissance man himself.
We're trying to get there. We're trying to get back on the grind. AD, I almost showed up at your gym today.
Did you?
I did. I almost made the longer drive because I went to the one on 70th and A. That's like my home base.
That's where little AD works out at.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're going through the renovation right now.
That's what he said. That's what he said. How close are they to being complete, you think?
They told me 4 to 6 months is what they told me.
This morning?
That was like when I signed up 2.5 weeks ago or so.
Okay.
But
well, I tell you what, it takes them a while, but I will say this: if it turns out the way the one on Old Cheney has turned out, it's going to be very nice.
I know. I almost just dropped in on. Now I don't know. I can't remember what exact time you lift.
I get there from Farrell's about 7:45, 7:30, 7:40 to 7:40.
Oh, I would have missed you then. I would have been before that.
Yeah, you go. I'll just say this though, Swim. Just kind of warning you. If you go on this, I call it the sweet hour. If you go after about 7 o'clock, dude, it's just me and you in the ARPs.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, and it is so much more laid back.
ARPs.
5 to
ARPs
7
is crazy.
Yeah, dog. It's because that morning crowd.
Sure.
It is absolutely insane. I mean, you would
gotcha.
think it was 5 p.m. rather than 5 a.m. And I'm like, I'm not. When we changed our radio time is when I changed my gym time. And I love it. I love it, man, because, literally there's probably, put it this way, you can work on any machine you want.
I forgot to do push-ups in that segment, in that commercial break right there. We both forgot them.
We'll get them. We'll get
So
the
anyway.
push-ups going on. Supreme Basketball. Someone mentioned on the text, let me pull my computer back. I'm not unmasked texture. Good morning. $1,500.
Yeah, that's a lot for that.
Gosh, there's no way in the world I'd be playing basketball.
I've heard that the basketball game is starting to become the most expensive in the AAU department.
First of all, I'm gonna say this, Swim. I ain't knocking anybody's business. If that's what the price point is, so be it. But I know I couldn't afford to do that. Unknown texture 8757. Good morning. Says small fry basketball is still $40. Somebody else said it's $50. So between $40 and $50.
Yeah.
The small fry is. They make it, and I appreciate. I love that they do that. They keep it manageable. On there. IQ Crew, good morning again. He goes, good to hear. Felt like Mendoza will be training with the Raiders before this push-up debt will be fulfilled.
Hey, we have people also criticizing the number of push-ups that we have left. The people are questioning. Come in here and do them. Do them. Come in here and do them with me.
You know, DF will pull up.
Yeah.
Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected rep since 1999. Can help protect your home, your family, your vehicle, even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Service can help you. You can check out his Lincoln office or his Seward office as well. Swell, I know I sound like a broken record with you when it comes to ladies, women's basketball. And for the past month and a half, going back since the USC game, remember I kept telling you, I'm just so concerned with the turnovers.
Sure.
You can get away with it against an Illinois. You can get away with it against some of the lesser ranked teams or teams that are not rated. But against number 11 Ohio State, it's going to cost you. Against UCLA, it's going to cost you. Against USC, it's going to cost you. Against Iowa, it's going to cost you. In all of those games, Nebraska had 21 turnovers yesterday.
Yeah.
21 turnovers. And it's so frustrating because this team has so many good pieces to it, but they end up falling in the Columbus, Ohio, to number 11th ranked Ohio State, 90-71. Nebraska, they definitely had upset potential. They shot but just 35%. Seven turnovers in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They were turning the ball over at almost a minute a clip. I mean, just here you go. Here they were playing Santa Claus so much. The traveling red uniforms mean Nebraska, not Santa. And it was just it was just frustrating to see it. They fell behind 19-13 early. Like I said, this game I had kids came over for dinner, my brother's family for dinner, so I was missing a lot of it. So I went back, I recorded it and DVR'd it and went back and watched the highlights and the majority of the game on fast mode. But here's the runs that they went on. Ohio State is just too good to have these type of mistakes. The bright spot, Amaya Hargrove once again showed up, and Britt Prince, of course, they combined for 19 in the first half. But they trailed by 8 in the third quarter. They were only down 64-45. But Nick, in the third quarter, they turned it over 7 more times in one quarter. So I'm just concerned even more so because Nick, Ohio State got 33 points off turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, Nebraska was down by 10 going into the fourth, and so they weren't fully out of it. I mean, going into the fourth quarter, but then, unfortunately they got outscored, and they scored, 17 points in the fourth quarter alone and struggled to find the bottom of the bucket. I don't know. I think it's easy, I think, to sit here and say, okay, the turnovers are the biggest issue, and they are right now, especially when you allow 33 points off of them, because even if you take away a fraction of those and say, okay, Ohio State, you can have 20 points off of turnovers,
which is still absurd.
Which is still a decent number. Guess what? Nebraska's right in the thick of it and potentially winning this game yesterday in Columbus. So I just, it's one of those things. You look around and go, okay, what are some pieces that Nebraska's missing that they'd like to have, right? They have officially made the decision to medically redshirt Natalie Potts for this season, and she's going to come back to Nebraska next year, and she's going to play a massive part for the Huskers. And, Jess Petrie coming in off of sickness. And you just have, it's one of those things to where you can't consistently, Nebraska's not good enough yet to consistently rely on one person to go out and drop 30 points a game. And you look at even like UCLA or some of the other great teams that Nebraska's played, they have not just one player, but they have two or three that can go out and drop 15 plus consistently. And I just wonder at times where Nebraska's getting their production from. You know it from Amaya Hargrove. You know it from Britt Prince. Who can be that third to step up? And Nebraska, they have a gauntlet coming up. I mean, we knew it going into this road trip. We knew it going in after that Northwestern win last week. We knew that going into this back-to-back road games against 11th ranked Ohio State and 9th ranked Michigan, which will probably be a little bit higher because they went on the road and beat top 20 Michigan State. Michigan did. But so Michigan might get a bump in the rankings there, but 9th ranked Michigan, so top 10 Michigan on the road. And then you come back home and you play 16th ranked Maryland. Yes. And so, and then it's like, then you get like a road game against Minnesota. And then guess what? Then guess what? You play 8th ranked Iowa. So Nebraska right now is 16-6. They are towards right at the halfway spot in the Big Ten standings. They're 9th in the Big Ten standings. Now you'll remember that Nebraska men's basketball and just the men's basketball side of the standings, all 18 teams get into the Big Ten tournament. Women's basketball specifically voted, the coaches specifically voted not to allow that. So you need to be in the top 14 to make the Big Ten tournament. Nebraska, if they don't start to turn it around, they're going to have a winning record when it's all said and done. They're going to be fighting for an NCAA tournament berth. But in terms of, Big Ten record and Big Ten conference standings, they have yet, I believe they have yet to beat a ranked team. And because they all but one of their losses, USC, Iowa, Michigan State, and Ohio State, and UCLA have all come against ranked teams. So as Nebraska goes forward, if you can squeak one out at home against Maryland and potentially against Iowa, what later in the year here, that's going to be incredibly beneficial for Nebraska's seeding.
Swim February this month is absolutely brutal for their schedule. The entire month, the only teams that they've played that aren't ranked at this point is Oregon on February 19th, and Oregon's 17-7.
Oregon and Rutgers.
Oregon, and that's what I was going to get to next. Oregon is and Rutgers, the one they should get. Oregon is 9. Rutgers is 9-13, but every other team, Michigan on Wednesday night on the 7th versus Maryland, number 16. As you mentioned, Minnesota is not ranked, but they're 16-6. Actually, there's another one, Minnesota as well. Iowa, of course, is ranked number 8, who's already beat us. Oregon is not ranked, but they're 17-7. That's out at Eugene. Washington is pesky. They're 17-5 overall, 25th in the nation as of today. Obviously, those can change by time we face them. But this month, as you mentioned, is a gauntlet. And so they've got to steal some of these wins, man, as far as that goes, because like you mentioned, not all of them go to the Big Ten tournament. So they've got their work cut out for them. And Swim, again, if Nebraska women can hang out around that 10, which still seems high, but it's average when you look at it. If they can hang around that 10 to even single digit turnovers, but 10 to 12, you start getting 14, 15, 16, heaven forbid 21. You're not winning. And I'm talking about Rutgers as well. You're not beating many teams with 21 turnovers and they score 33 points off your turnovers.
Yeah, you're just not. And you're right about that, right? And Nebraska, this is the other part. Like Amaya Hargrove's fully healthy. She's feeling good. I think Nebraska's really missing Natalie Potts this year. Now, it's you look forward to next season and things like that. It's going to be the 11th year of Amy Williams, and she has a really intriguing recruiting class coming in. But this was something that we were wondering about. How does Nebraska transition away from having the big body, the big presence of Alexis Markowski down low? How does Nebraska kind of transition from that style of play to heavy guard play to where you have Britt Prince and Logan Nisley and Amaya Hargrove, who is a forward by definition, but can also stretch the floor a little bit, isn't your traditional big. And so it's one of those things. I think Nebraska and this is going to sound like an excuse, Nebraska might just be continuing to learn how to operate things. But man, you blink and you're already at the first week of February, and it's crunch time. You got to get some W's under your belt here.
You definitely do. Before we go to break, unknown texter 0220. Good morning. He goes, who will finish the season ranked higher, men's basketball or men's wrestling? My take, wrestling will probably be ranked higher, but basketball has the higher ceiling for winning it all. Your thoughts? That's a very intriguing question. You know what, Swim? I have no idea, bro.
Well,
I have no idea.
Nebraska. So, I mean, here's the thing. This is the tough part about Nebraska wrestling right now. Because they just like Penn State is the North Star for wrestling, right? And there's a lot of feelings about Penn State wrestling, and Nebraska fought and they just fell last weekend to number one Penn State. I think like perception is so important, and also context is so important, because this is not necessarily answering your question, but it's a matter of look at the teams that Nebraska's lost to. Top 10 Oklahoma State at home. They lost to top 5 Iowa, top 2 Ohio State, and now number 1 Penn State. They're not going out. I mean, Army came here and Nebraska dominated them, and they were a top 25 team. And so like Nebraska is just fine. It's just, once again, like
is basketball.
Yeah, well, like last year also, I mean, Nebraska had 2 national champions on their team, and there's a couple of really young guys with under Mark Manning's squad that, man, Nebraska wrestling set up well for the future.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Neil from Galveston, good morning to you as well, brother. You got some, if you're in Galveston, Texas still, you guys got some cold weather there last week, I believe, but I'm sure that's gone. Another great show, guys. Appreciate you. Question, do both basketball teams have or are suffering from the sickness that is going around? You know what? I have no idea. I know Sam and Mass are roommates, and Sam wasn't even 100% at Michigan, from what I understand, Swim, as far as just had some residue. And obviously Mass was in the ER getting fluids just on Wednesday night. And we could see last night, he still got sea legs, and probably has the echo in his ear, and it's hard to get back out there after being sick, man.
Yeah, I think, here's the thing. I asked Fred about it last Tuesday, and he said that he kind of thinks everybody's dealing with it. We haven't, to my knowledge, heard that women's basketball is going through some stuff now, like head colds and things like that. We might just not hear about, right? So Rinks is very strange, and we'll dive into this later. Like Rinks is very strange to it's the more of the stomach variety. It was more of the stomach variety rather than the head cold and the respiratory stuff. And so it was, last Tuesday in Ann Arbor, Rink was struggling to even keep water down, he was saying. And so it's just it's a different type of thing. So, I'm sure they're flushing fluids, they're pounding fluids and trying to figure out ways to get past this. This is a good segue, I guess, into our 10 o'clock segment. Is like, as bad as Nebraska wanted to beat Illinois and would have liked to have the game against Michigan, would have liked to have full strength against those two teams. And yesterday they were full strength. Potentially. Nebraska's also playing for something so much bigger than what they're more used to. Yeah. Like a lot of times on February 1st, if Nebraska has a top 10 opponent coming into Lincoln, we're talking about, man, if they can win this, that puts them on the bubble. Like it's just different. It's just different this year.
Or it was even this, just make it respectable.
Yeah. It's just a matter of like, hey, can you just put them on the bubble? And that's not the case this year. And so I just keep telling people not to say, wave the white flag and throw in the towel and not try, but also understand that the mission is a lot bigger this year than maybe it has been in years past.
Absolutely.
Realistically speaking, every year you can sit there and go, oh, we want to win the national title, or we want to compete for a Final Four or Elite 8 bid. But like this year, it is firmly within reach.
We'll discuss Nebraska basketball in depth at the 10 o'clock hour. Got some very interesting history when we come back, folks. It's The Drive. It's Monday, 937 The Ticket.
Hey, Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovebneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. February's cream cheese flavor is white chocolate raspberry. Pair it with a strawberry cold foam. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and light winds. The high around 39. Tonight, mainly cloudy skies, calm winds, a low around 24. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and light winds with an afternoon high near 37. I'm meteorologist Kyle Plucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table. Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes a complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out on mynutritionauthority.com.
Culture and Coffee with Mike Smith and the Bowie Boys is back this Friday, February 6th, featuring members from the Nebraska baseball team. Stop by this Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. as we turn the ticket into a skate park. You heard that right, a skate park, and also highlight the upcoming year for Husker baseball with players from the team. Again, that's 6 to 9 p.m. this Friday, February 6th for a live broadcast of Culture and Coffee from 6 to 8 p.m. and a Vintage Market Plus skate experience hosted by the Bowie Boys from 8 to 9 p.m. This is a party you won't want to miss. MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. We are back. Swim, you know what I was watching yesterday, man?
What's up?
I was watching The Lion King.
Okay.
Hakuna Matata.
Yep.
Means no worries.
For the rest of your days.
That was your generation growing up watching that when you were
Yes.
when you were a little guy.
That's right.
When you were a little Swim.
I watched it on VHS. Do you remember what VHS is?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what you probably have Blu-ray. Don't start.
I did not have Blu-ray.
You probably have Blu-ray.
Nope.
All
Nope.
hooked
I
up.
did not have Blu-ray.
Did you? How old were you when Lion King came out?
Oh, I don't even know. When did it come out?
I don't know, but I was watching the one before it came out. It was on before the women's game. Before the men's game. So I was just kind of doing some emails, watching that.
Oh, it was the original one was released in 1994. So
And
I
then
was
and then the updated ones.
Yeah. So this was released in 1994. So I mean, I was when I was born, it was already 7
Yeah.
years old.
Then they had the updated versions and things like that.
Well, yeah. Then they had so the new Lion. I think I've seen the new Lion King, which came out in 2019. I saw that once. That's Mufasa.
Mufasa, man, I was dying laughing.
Wait, was it the new one or the old one for you?
It was a new one. The one I was watching last night. It would just happen to be on TV, so I was watching it before the men's game came on, and my mind went back to my kids were little, and I'm like, man, that time went by quick, man. I was on there laughing like a little kid watching it though, man. Mufasa, and then when he, then what's the other the bad dude's name?
Scar.
Yeah, Scar was a ruthless man.
Yeah,
Scar was ruthless, starving folks and the whole nine, man.
I'm confused by one-eyed raised texts. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it was a typo.
No, I think he's right. The monkey's uncle had a scar. Had the scar on his face. He met Mufasa when he met his uncle, the lion's uncle, had a scar on his face. So
Yes.
Scar. That's why we call him Scar.
Gotcha.
But the way he did his brother was jacked up, man. Just kind of threw him over the edge, didn't hold on to his arms, nothing like that.
I guess that is jacked up.
That was jacked up.
I guess
man.
that's a good point.
We family, dog.
Wait, somebody's saying Scar's not the bad guy.
Who's the bad guy? What's the bad lion?
I literally thought it was Scar.
Which one's the bad lion?
Look at you. Just watched the movie. You
I know,
tell
man,
us.
but I don't
See,
know. I just know what he looks like.
You didn't watch it. You just had it in the background.
No, I did.
You were probably doom scrolling on your phone.
No.
All we hear about is how Gen Z can't put the phone down. You were probably scrolling on your phone with Lion. There it is.
I told you I was emailing while I was watching it. I said that to start off with. Who's the bad lion? Okay, who's the bad lion? Let us know that text line.
Who's the antagonist? That's right. Antagonist.
Box Neighbor said Scar is the bad lion. That's what I thought.
Who's the antagonist? Yeah, it's Scar.
Yeah.
Idiot. Whoever said that. Thomas and Lincoln. Yeah, somebody
Scar
said
and the hyenas,
Yeah,
Barney,
and the hyenas.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, we got to go with our gut. We got to start going with our gut a little more often, AD. What do you got for history today?
That was some good history. But here's some Husker history, which was interesting. In 1926, Nebraska got a facilities upgrade by opening and the dedication of the Coliseum. The Lincoln Star said it's the most complete athletic plant in the Missouri Valley.
Wow.
Swim, check
Facilities
this out.
helped recruiting back then.
Yeah, it was. How much do you think it cost?
$25,000. In 1926?
Yeah, it was more than that.
Oh, okay.
$500,000.
Oh, whoa. Where'd they get the money?
Yeah, some coffers, man.
Wow.
Now, here's what happened. Nebraska dedicates its field house and takes a defeat 25-14 at the hands of the Jayhawker Giants. Now look how they wrote back in the time in the Journal-Star. This was by the late Greg McBride. I'm going to assume he's passed because it was 100 years ago.
Okay, yep, that's probably safe to say.
I'm just going to preface that. It says, in the good old biblical days when the midget David, you can't say midget anymore, but when the midget David and the husky Goliath staged their combat, little David exercised his sling and stone, and the giant Philistine bit the dust. The Nebraska basket tossers, that's what he called us, the Nebraska basket tossers, had neither sling nor stone Saturday night in the dedicatory game of the university's $500,000 field house, and the Kansas Jayhawkers outsized, outshot, and outspeeded the Cornhusker 5. Kansas won by 25-14 score. The Jayhawkers rolled up a 14-4 advantage, boy, high-scoring game, Nick, during the first half and smothering a brief Nebraska spurt. I mean, what type of spurt is? You only have 14 points.
Yeah.
During the second half to coast through to victory. Yeah, that's how they talk back then, Nick. Yeah. Nebraska. Yeah.
Say another word other than Nebraska and
Yeah, Jayhawkers. Giants. Coliseum. Swim.
1926.
That's what they talk back in the 20s.
Oh, in the 20s.
Why are they always do like that, Nick? Look at those old cop and robber movies like that.
I do wonder what shifted from us continuing to talk like that.
Dave Chappelle has a funny skit on it. I can't say it on air.
I'm sure.
Dave Chappelle has a funny one. Because think about this in Home Alone when he goes, I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't.
Yes.
At the count of 3, I want you,
get your lousy.
God bless her soul. The mom passed away this past
I saw
weekend.
that.
Yeah. She wasn't that old at all, bro. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that old at all. Folks, we come back. We're going to go into the Huskers' loss to number 9 Illinois. Me personally, I didn't lose any sleep over it. It's called growing pains.
It's called fake fandom. I'm kidding. I kid. I joke.
You couldn't help it. You couldn't help it.
I knocked out 35 push-ups last segment.
Yes, I commend you, my young brother. He got 35. Dave, he's because you started
245.
So you're at 245 right now.
I'll be able to get under 200 today.
Really?
I'll get to. I'm going to try to do get to 190 today.
We shall see.
I don't know. We'll see.
And we shall be back. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come join the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the Super Bowl at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Buffalo Wings and Rings? It's the Super Bowl party with 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966. Culture and Coffee with Mike Smith and the Bowie Boys is back this Friday, February 6th, featuring members from the Nebraska baseball team. Stop by this Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. as we turn the ticket into a skate park. You heard that right, a skate park, and also highlight the upcoming year for Husker baseball with players from the team. Again, that's 6 to 9 p.m. this Friday, February 6th, for a live broadcast of Culture and Coffee from 6 to 8 p.m. and a vintage market plus skate experience hosted by the Bowie Boys from 8 to 9 p.m. This is a party you won't want to miss.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof, no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Hey guys, it's Austin Orman. Join me and former Husker Jay Foreman this Friday, February 6th for Old School, live from Back 9 Golf, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Roads in South Lincoln. We'll tell you all you need to know about the premier indoor golf place in Lincoln while enjoying Friday afternoon action of the Waste Management Open. Stop by for giveaways, prizes, and a tour of the facility. We hope to see you there on Friday, February 6th, beginning at 3 p.m. for Old School, live from Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Ostrander. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good.
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. This magnificent Monday morning. Programming note, I will be out. Sorry to be out Wednesday. I'll be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls, I haven't been there in a long time.
It has changed a lot for the
I'm
good,
sure.
For the good. They've done a tremendous job up in Sioux Falls. I was there back in September, I believe, is when I was there. And they've done a great job up there, man.
I think the last time I was up in Sioux Falls, I got food poisoning from the hoo-hot. So,
maybe the reason why you haven't been back.
yeah.
Huh?
Well, here's the other part. I got food poisoning from a mellow mushroom in Iowa City as well after the Nebraska-Iowa game back in 2021. Been back there since, but I just don't have great luck with
You've had
places.
some bad experiences with restaurants,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You've got some bad memories with some of those places.
Traveling. I just need to not travel.
Oh, you wouldn't be Swim if you didn't travel, man. You wouldn't be you. Big
Maybe
dog.
maybe I'd be able to get Jay Foreman off my back if I didn't. I'm kidding, Jay. I love you.
Unsolicited shots
No.
fired. Jay.
AD, we have yet to. We're at some point this week. We do need to mention Nebraska softball starts this week,
Yes, it does.
and they are 10th in the country. And this Friday, so they play a couple of teams this weekend. But there's Nebraska plays Washington on Friday afternoon. Then they play number 1 Texas Friday night. They play number 1 Texas again on Saturday, and then they play UTSA later in the trip as well. All games this weekend are on ESPN Plus.
Nice.
So Nebraska softball's got 2 chances against number 1 Texas this weekend.
They're gonna make some noise.
Here we
man.
go.
They're gonna make some noise. One-Eyed Ray said, just looked it up. I was way off. Turns out Nick was right. One-Eyed Ray was just confused.
Oh, no worries.
Got it out there. DF, yes, they do got a nice cigar bar up there in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, man. They
Good.
really do. Pete said so much. Pete Ferguson says so much for no free shout outs.
Who did I show? Oh, who?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
And
in a
Mellow
bad
Mushroom.
way. In a bad way. No, I love the Lincoln one. I love the Lincoln one. Just the Iowa City one's not good. It was attached into a shopping mall, so maybe I should have known better anyway.
Yeah, you got to look at the establishment. Also a programming note, I will be ducking out early Friday. Unfortunately, it's I'm still processing this. If you have been in Lincoln for years, and you may have, because he cut all people's hair, James Jackson, known as JJ's Barbershop, a longtime Lincoln pillar, passed away, and his funeral services are on Friday at 11. And me and Acom, some others will be pallbearers at his funeral. His dad, Mr. J. Jackson, if you played golf in City for years in the seniors division, you remember James Jackson, JJ, just one of the coolest, most nicest, godly men you'd ever meet. I mean, it's still hard to even talk about it, man. But so I'll leave early on Friday to pay our respects to a celebration of life service, a place that will be packed because he was such an amazing man. It was like an uncle to me and my brothers and sisters. Him and my dad went back years when they moved here back in the 70s. And the only black barber at the time was Wade's Barbershop that was on R Street, which is now apartments. My dad's church used to be right next to Wade's on R Street. And then JJ came and set up shop in the 70s. And just a giant of a man. Yeah. A giant of a man that definitely will left an imprint on this community. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Miss Jackson, Barbara Jackson, and Jay Jackson. And you might remember Chastity Jackson. She was a longtime Lincoln police officer for years, Chastity Jackson. And, of course, Jay Jackson, his son Amarion, the recruit out of Millage South that was going to Iowa State, now is at Penn State. That was his dad, so Amarion's grandfather. So, again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire Jackson family. Just a very huge loss, but a life absolutely well lived. So our thoughts and prayers go out to them. Nick, Nebraska drops to Illinois yesterday, number 9 Illinois yesterday. Nick, what's your initial thoughts on the game? Before we dive between the numbers.
It's so tough because I want to sit here and not panic, right? Because you are on camera right now. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I feel a trial was coming up my left.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll take you off the camera. I'll take you off the mic. You're good. Yeah, you're good. If you need to hoot and holler, you're good. But no, here's what I was going to say is I think when you look at Nebraska, we have to put into just recognition. You lost to 2 top 10 teams this week. These things happen. There's a reason that I was telling Sip and Bill this earlier this morning. There's a reason that since 1976, there has been no team to finish the entire season undefeated. There's just a reason. It's incredibly difficult. Not that Nebraska was going to go undefeated, but there's a lot of top 10 teams. There's a lot of national champion contenders. There's a lot of Final Four contenders. There's a lot of conference champions that finish the season with 2 or more, even more losses at times. Michigan State last year won the regular season Big Ten championship with a record of 17-3. So like Nebraska's got everything they want still in front of them. Now, are there pieces of it, AD, that I sit there and go, okay, you know what? If Nebraska does want to make some things happen, do they need to clean up some areas? Yeah, I feel like since Michigan State, they've really struggled with consistent efficiency on offense. One of the pillars, and I understand that this might be the way that Nebraska just plays offensively, but one of the pillars of Fred Hoiberg last year was that Nebraska got to the free throw line incredibly well last year. They've struggled at that this year. They've struggled at that the last 2 games as well. And in times where maybe the shot's not falling or Nebraska's struggling to hit the shot from the outside or even get open looks, you have to figure out other ways to get the ball either in the bucket or at least get to the line. And Nebraska's not doing a great job of that. And then AD, I understand Rink was maybe still a little under the weather, maybe not 100%, still getting his legs underneath him. And it's formidable that he even played, right? It's admirable that he was able to go out there yesterday after going to the ER earlier this week. But at some point, they're going to need a little bit more production out of Rink Mast. Since the Michigan State game, where he went 6 of 13 from beyond the 3-point line, Rink Mast is 6 for 33 from beyond the 3-point line in games since then. That's just not a recipe for success when Nebraska plays this type of offense where they stretch their bigs out and they run everything through Rink.
I am going to mention another name only because I know he has it in him, so I'm going to ride him hard, is Burke. Burke had 3 points yesterday, Swim. That 3-pointer, that was it. Against Michigan, he had 5.
Yeah.
You got to have others step up, and Burke is one of those guys. In Michigan in particular, Nick, you were there. There was a lot of shots around the rim that he missed.
Yeah, there's a lot of bunnies, right? I think
bunnies.
It's what is Berke's role? Berke's role is to get that 6 to 10, 6 to 12 points consistently, and really,
which he hasn't.
This last week he hasn't.
In big games, if you want to compete with the best, you have to step up in big games like that. It's going to take a concerted effort. Yeah, it was nice that Frager had 20 last night. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to have to be a collective effort when you're beat top teams like this. And they've done it before. That's why I know they're capable of it. So I'm on him because I know he has it within his ability. If he just wasn't have 10 points in him, I'd be like, hey, man, he's giving you 5. No, Burke is a guy that can consistently kick 10 to 12 in a game, man.
Maybe.
I believe he can. We might disagree on. I believe that's
okay. I mean, he hasn't scored double digits since December 30th. And Nebraska's won a lot of games since then. I think that there's if I'm going to say that somebody needs to do a little bit more, I lean at Jamarcus.
Yeah.
I would lean more towards Jamarcus just because I think he's a better creator off the dribble.
I totally agree with that.
And stuff. I think I don't know. Yeah, Michigan was Berke's, not great game because, you didn't have Rink, so your Berke's going to naturally get some more looks. And Berke, I believe, went 2 for 9 from the field against Michigan. But, this is where Berke makes his hay is, 7 rebounds against Minnesota, 7 against Washington, 6 yesterday against Illinois, 5 against Michigan. And a lot of those are at times offensive rebounds. You go back to even like Ohio State on the road, he picked up 7 rebounds against Michigan State in a game that he was scoreless. It was 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. Berke, specifically Berke, I feel like he's just shifted his role away from scoring as much and realizing, okay, where's my priority at? And I think he looks at it and goes, okay, if I can control some of the glass on a team that's going to always be undersized, if Berke can control the defensive and offensive glass a little bit, and then also the defensive post presence, I think that's where Nebraska is going to be the most successful with Berke. But I understand what you're saying, right? You just need guys to step up when Rink isn't shooting well. And recently Rink has struggled at trying to find the bottom of the bucket.
Nebraska, the hot shooting gave Nebraska a chance, but it was not sustainable. They hit 15 threes, including 11 in the first half, led by 6 at the half, of course. Second half reality. When the three stopped falling, there was no plan B inside, and the X for Illinois went to work. Merkovic, he ended up with 10 yesterday afternoon. Tomlinson Ivasek, he ended up with 12. Andrei Stukovic, he ended up with 8. And, of course, the freshman sensation, Keaton Wagler, 28. He did some damage to us. But, Nick, the thing that hurt us the most, too, was the rebounds, man. They had 11 offensive rebound. Illinois out-rebounded Nebraska 40-27. Are you concerned about that number? Or are you just saying, hey, well, their front line, their backcourt is so big for Illinois, 40-27. Nick, I'm going to say this. That was concerning to me, not for the season, because they've proven they can rebound. They can mix it up. They did that with Oregon. They did it with Washington in previous teams, and they did it previously against Illinois at Illinois. But a 40-27 is a major discrepancy if you're going to try to win.
It is. I just think that also Nebraska's like they know that they're going to have to win with being undersized and being in the rebound deficit. There's a reason that Sam Hoiberg leads this team in rebounds. And I think that, Nebraska, most of the time, their main priority, especially when you're facing some of these teams like Michigan, Nebraska's priority was, all right, we're gonna put up a shot. We believe that in our ability to make that shot, but if it doesn't hit, we got to get back. That's our goal. Get back on defense and don't allow the opponent to push the pace against us. I think that's where Nebraska is gonna be able to make some noise defensively. I just think that Nebraska knows their avenue to win, and it's they got to hit shots, and they have to be able to do it at an efficient rate, and they need multiple guys. I think I don't want to keep putting the blame on Rink, but there's expectations, I think, for a guy like him to show up in their biggest games. And for the most part, he does. Like, you go back to 2 years ago before he took the year off, when Nebraska hosted Wisconsin, they hosted Purdue those years, and they knocked both of those teams off at home. Rink was a big part of that. And you look at Michigan State this year, and in a game, Berke was scoreless against Michigan State, but Rink was able to step up. Even in the preseason game against BYU, Rink Mast stepped up, started 5 of 5 from beyond the 3-point line. This is where it's as they come down to crunch time here, they're going to need just their dudes to step up, and that's obviously Braden Frager and Rink Mast and Jamarcus Lawrence, in my opinion.
Swim, one of the we'll get to the bright spots here in a second as well. It goes to your point. Nebraska needs a healthy Rink Mast, and it has to happen fast. 5 points, 2 of 10 shooting. He got his first initial bucket late in the game. He definitely looked like he was still recovering. And just our offense rebound depends heavily on him being him being healthy. And the thing about it is this. And like I said, when I preface coming down on Berke in that when you have your main guy out, he's going to have to step up a bit. But to your point, you take away any superstar from any team or main piece from any team, they're going to suffer. So Nebraska's not immune to that, like just like the other teams aren't immune to it. But it's going to be, I think, this week off, if you would, for Nebraska it's going to serve Rink and just the entire team. You got those bumps and bruises and coughs and viruses. It's going to serve Nebraska well. And they don't have to hop right back into the fray. Obviously, you don't take any team lightly, but Nebraska is going to go out and play Rutgers, a team they should take care of. As we both know, they should take care of them. But this is going to be a great week for Nebraska to just, in my opinion, to simply get some well-needed rest. Rutgers is 9-13 overall. Obviously, Piscataway sometimes can be a little tight. Who's your gym? They'll be hyped up for Nebraska. Like you said, Nebraska brings them out now because of this historic and Cinderella year that they're having. So, again, I say that with caution. This is a team they should take care of, but this is going to be a great week for Mast and company to kind of get their legs back underneath them.
I just think also when you look at Nebraska, like there were times yesterday, Fred Hoiberg actually talked about it. Fred Hoiberg's not a very outspoken guy when it comes to putting, not assigning blame, but with justifying reasons. Like a lot of times is, you ask Fred about sickness or you ask him about what somebody else is doing. And it's so often he puts it back to, no, we just got to do this better. We just have to do this better. We have to, everybody's dealing with it. We're just another team that's dealing with it. Right. last night we actually heard Fred be a little more outspoken regarding officiating. And I feel like it's not an excuse because Nebraska still, there were avenues yesterday to win, but everything that Fred says is for a reason. And he doesn't just go off in tangents for no reason at all. And so with that, I think the fact that he mentioned that he talked to Terry Oglesby earlier this week about some of the officiating decisions and calls in the Michigan game. And I think he feels like he has an opportunity to sit up here and go, all right, look, Nebraska yesterday, what did they shoot? 7 free throws in the entire game? What was it last night? They shot, or 5 free throws as an entire team throughout the entire course of the game. Like that's not normal. And I get Nebraska's style of play might not be take it to the rim and draw a foul, but a 26-5 discrepancy is just truly remarkable, especially when you're coming off of a game where you shot 2 free throws. It's just because Nebraska's undersized and just because Nebraska plays a style that maybe doesn't draw the traditional foul does not mean and does not warrant officials to take days off or take possessions off from watching hand checks and grabbing and reaches and things like that, the physical style. And it felt a lot yesterday like it did on Tuesday against Michigan, where in the first half, they allowed him to play physical. They allowed him.
Yeah.
And then in the second half yesterday, they allowed it. They started to be a little more ticky-tack. And once again, it's fine if you want to let them play physical. If you want to call ticky-tack, just do it for a full 40 minutes.
Yeah, be consistent. Don't be hot and cold as far as how you call them. And Nick, you mentioned something about Jamarcus Lawrence. As good as he's been, I to your point, he's going to have to be more assertive on getting calls in the paint and whistles in the paint, because he can create that. You look at what Wagler did to us yesterday. He created his shots and he got to the line by going to the hole quite a bit. Jamarcus has that ability to do that. Yeah. Another factor, Nebraska's going to have to get more physical inside because they're undersized. They're going to have to become more physical. And to your point, that's why Sam has so many, but it's got to be a collective effort. You're going to have to see all guys, all 5 on the court at the time crashing the boards and obviously rebound better. Frager, your thoughts with Frager? Frager, of course, comes off the bench, lit it up, 20 points off the bench, 6 made threes, offense, rebound, depended heavily on. I liked the way that he played last night, man. I love the way that he played last night. He looks very confident. Didn't look like that there was any issues as far as the ankle goes, et cetera. Your thoughts on Frage?
I love it. I think he's consistently their spark plug. I don't know. Like, I look at this last night, guys. I mean, here's the thing. Just overall, Nebraska had 17 assists on 11 turnovers. Like, you look at some of their previous games. I can't remember Michigan specifically, but against like Washington and Oregon, Nebraska had 20 or 18 assists on 6 turnovers. And I think it was 20 points on 5 turnovers, one of those games. Like, Nebraska's like, I don't know if yesterday's loss, AD, is anything more than just Nebraska ran into one of the hottest teams in the country. Nebraska lost to another top 10 team. And those are the two. If Nebraska would have lost to Rutgers at home, or if they would have lost to Oregon at home, then yeah, I think there's some serious soul searching that might need to go on. But I mean, these are both, we talk about not moral victories and quality losses, but I mean, like, think about what day and age we're in right now and what we're talking about. We're talking about, at that time, a top 5 Nebraska team going and losing by 3 on the road to number 3 Michigan, and then coming back home and they lose to number 9 Illinois. I don't see Nebraska dropping out of the top 10. No, I don't see Nebraska. Like, I see Nebraska probably at like 7 or 8 this week, because sure, maybe this veil of, all right, Nebraska, are they fraudulent? Are they legit? Like, I think people still think they're real. But now they're back into a little bit of prove it mode. Like, show us once again that you can go on the road and be men and be dogs and go win the games you're supposed to win. And then, that February 10th game against Purdue, where Purdue's a team that's slid a little bit in the Big Ten standings, that one maybe becomes a little bit more important for you to take care of business on that day.
Swim, I totally agree. And like I told you, I lost no sleep over the loss last night. Like you mentioned, if this would have been an inferior team and they lost, then I'd be a little concerned. I have no concern. First of all, you went there and beat them at their place. They just came and returned the favor. You see this all the time in the top 25. And as far as that goes, Illinois came into this game. You figure Nebraska went like on a 14-2, 14-0 run in the first half.
That's right.
Illinois was like, that's cool. But remember what you did to us in Champaign. They came for blood. That's the bottom line. That's going to happen. So I'm not concerned about this game whatsoever. This loss has not changed Nebraska's ceiling whatsoever. It shows you the margin, though, if you will, a little bit. It's the first home top 10 matchup in school history. The first one ever there at the Vault, of course. They're still firmly in the Big Ten title conversation. And they got this reset, this 5-day reset before they go to a Rutgers.
Yeah, which is
to get their feet back under them. I'm not concerned about this whatsoever. Quick here, Nick. I pulled this up. You look at the top 25. St. John's is 15-5. Miami of Ohio, they're 24-20 because of the strength of schedule. But you look at Alabama's got 6 losses. Clemson's got 4. Florida's got 6 losses. Louisville's got 5. Those last 2 I just mentioned, blue blood programs. Vandy's got 3. Remember, Vandy was up there and undefeated a while, and Vandy's now at 18. Virginia's lost 3. Other teams, Kansas has got 5. They have a huge game tonight against Texas Tech as far as that goes. They've got 5 losses. Arkansas's got 5. I can go on and on and on. And then you go on the top 10. There's not a team with more than 3 losses, and that'd be Illinois, who just beat us with the 3 losses. Nebraska is just fine, and I say that with all sincerity. Just my own belief, and that's not my opinion. It's a fact. When you look at this top 25. Nebraska is firmly in control of their own destiny.
A massive difference between this team, and this is like, okay, prove it time, I guess, for Nebraska fans. For myself, one thing I'm watching is, this Nebraska basketball team, what's different about this season, we've talked about this, is that they avoid the dramatic ebbs and flows. They avoid the dramatic roller coasters. You look at yesterday, both teams went on double-digit runs. That's uncharacteristic for Nebraska to allow. This season has been their opponent going into a double-digit run. Illinois' best scoring run came in the latter part of the second half of the ball game with 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the game. They went on a 10-0 run. Like that's a dagger, right? And to some point you just tip the cap, because then I look at it and I go, all right, do I expect Nebraska to have another half this year where they score only 30 points in the half? Like, I just don't. I just don't. And so, you just got beat. And I think it's okay to just say it that way.
Yeah, you just lost.
I think that Braden Frager provides this spark off the bench that Nebraska is going to be able to utilize for a long time. And this is where championship teams have to make adjustments. Every team goes through this, the lull and a potential slide a little bit. Almost every team does it. And you look at the history of college basketball seasons, and it's very difficult to keep this consistent form of play going for months at a time. Now, championship teams, what do? They adjust to the way that teams are playing against you. A guy like Price, like Fred and his staff, they have to find a way to get him shots. Like they just do. Right. Yesterday's a day. I get he shot 4 for 9 from beyond the 3-point line, but how can we get that number up to like 12 3-point attempts? Right. Mm-hmm. How can we get Price involved a little bit more offensively? Because now, since Michigan, teams are starting to play Price a little bit different. And now the book is out on maybe how you want to play Price. And so it's just like, this is what championship teams do. They respond, they adjust, and then they put that into action. And you hope that Nebraska is going to be able to take care of business on Saturday. But yeah, Fred's talked about it, AD, where, before Michigan, and even including the Michigan game, they had 3 consecutive games where they only had 2 days of prep. 3 consecutive games where they only had 2 days of prep. Then they had 3 days of prep for Illinois, but now you're talking 4 days of prep before you have to worry about flying out to Piscataway.
Yeah, again, Nebraska falls to number 9th ranked Illinois, 78-69 at home. Nick broke those down. Nick, what do you, real quick, you don't see Izzo kind of brush any coach off in the handshaking after a game? Is it just bad blood with Dusty Man and Tom Izzo?
That rivalry.
Just that rivalry?
Tom Izzo came out and said that we hate them, they hate us, but there's respect.
Because usually you don't see Tom Izzo. Usually you kind of grab the side, hey, buddy, kind of off. No, it was barely any dap.
Did you see Dusty May came out in the pregame and was sitting in front of the Michigan State student section?
He's like, I'm gonna take all the smoke.
Yeah. But then it's kind of cold-blooded because then they went on the road and won.
Yeah. On Izzo's birthday at that.
That's the other side of it.
I thought that was interesting, because Izzo usually You know, I didn't see him and Juwan. I think there's a mutual respect there.
Yeah.
Because those guys would chop it up. There was no chopping it up with Dusty May and Tom Izzo. There was none of that going on. Folks, when we come back, want to get Swim's thoughts on Nebraska's 2026 gauntlet. As Sip said in an article, it's a toothy bear. We'll talk about that toothy bear when we come back. It's a drive.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty. This is Southern hospitality. The Black Crowes. Blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. The Southern Hospitality Tour. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be. Loud, raw, and real. The Black Crowes. With South Hall, August 4th. Pinewood Bowl Theater and Lincoln's Pioneers Park. Tickets on sale Friday, February 6th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, patchy fog this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and light winds. The high around 39. Tonight, mainly cloudy skies, calm winds, a low around 24. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and light winds with an afternoon high near 37. I'm meteorologist Kyle Plucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, will treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hey, Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. Yeah, unknown texture. I'm reading your text right now. Talking about the passing of Jay Jackson, Mr. James Jackson Sr., unknown texture 6883. Not what I wanted to hear on a Monday about the passing of JJ. Was my barber from birth until baldness. Yeah, me as well, brother. Cut my hair for church, holidays, dances, and weddings. Ripped to a pillar of the community and a friend. My only regret is I never got to tee off with him on the course. And I tell you what, unknown texture 6883, it was an honor. Literally anyone who knew James Jackson, JJ, is better because of it. Unknown texture 6883, and back in 2013, me and Aiken Udofia, Jay Jackson Jr., and Jay Gates, friend of the show as well. We went on a golf trip. We played the West golf event.
Oh,
with
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Some of Jay Sr., him and his buddies, Ricky, former Nebraska Cornhusker. Oh my goodness, my mind's escaping me. Ricky Green, not Ricky Simmons, Ricky Green, who played cornerback here, he's a police officer here in town now, was on that trip with us. We played Bayside out in Ogallala. We played Wild Horse. And James Jackson was a heck of a Nick. I think he was I know he was a single handicap golfer. He could play.
Wow.
And he won one time. I'm almost positive. I know he won some tournaments as well, but just a solid man. I'm going to miss Jay tremendously, just like you, 6883. So thanks for sending in those sentiments. Swim, going into this year's schedule, what was your initial thoughts? Because I know that you and probably either Jay or Austin discussed it. Initial thoughts on Nebraska's 2026 football schedule.
I mean, you gotta. It's not as hard as some of them in the Big Ten Conference. It's certainly not as easy as some of them in the Big Ten Conference. And I think this is a big year for a lot of different people involved in Nebraska football. I think it's a massive year for Matt Rule to continue to show just also off of the Dylan Raiola experiment. I think that's an okay way to call it. Okay, you identified a quarterback, and unfortunately you missed on one of them in Kenny Minchie that you thought you had locked up, and then you're able to kind of pivot and get Calandria from UNLV. And so I think you hope that Nebraska, what their offense can do is put up some points. I'm concerned about Nebraska's defense. We're hoping you hear good news from Berryman this week in signing day on Wednesday. But with that being said, how much do you want to rely on a true freshman defensive lineman to come in and have production right off the bat? I'm not entirely sure. So with all that being said, now, it's easy for us, AD, to sit here and be like, all right, control what you can control. You can't control who you play. But man, the games against Indiana, Oregon, and Ohio State, they are they're tough and tall feats to accomplish.
In case you have been under a rock and did not see Nebraska's 2026 schedule, of course, the spring game is March 28th.
Yeah, the spring practice starts February 21st.
Mm-hmm. Got just 19 days until the start of spring ball. Nebraska will take on Ohio September 5th. On the 12th, they'll take on Bowling Green at home as well. North Dakota will be at home on the 19th. At Michigan State on the 26th. October 3rd, home against Maryland. October 10th, Signetti and Indiana come to town. On the 17th, Nebraska goes out to Eugene against Oregon. On Halloween the 31st, Nebraska will host Washington. On November 7th, Nebraska will play in Champaign at Illinois. On the 14th, they'll go to Piscataway to go play Rutgers. The 21st, the Ohio State at home. And on the 27th, the inaugural game against Iowa at Iowa on the 27th. Swim, when I look at this schedule, and I don't know what Nebraska's record is going to be because, Swim, I don't know what Nebraska is going to look like. We can talk about Calandria and obviously TJ Lateef and Nelson and Mosey and hopefully the receiver we get. But all these things right now, the new coaches, there are so many moving parts to your point that we have yet to see gel. Me personally, I'm not going out and saying what Nebraska is going to do. All I do know is this. All the changes they've made, they're going to have to gel awfully quick.
Yeah.
Because this schedule is not going to give them the time to gel. Because personally, I don't think any of these games, other than maybe Bowling Green, is going to be a pushover. North Dakota, and people say, come on, here's North Dakota. North Dakota always, Nick, I'm just being real, man.
It's not North Dakota State.
I know, but still, they should handle them. I'm not saying they're going to lose, but I'm simply saying a team like North Dakota, those teams always have a bunch of guys that play with chips on their shoulder, and they love to come in big venues because they feel they should be on some of those teams.
If North Dakota comes into Lincoln, clip this. If North Dakota, maybe not actually. If North Dakota comes into Lincoln and beats Nebraska, that is worse than the Georgia Southern loss.
Oh, I would agree.
So here, okay.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying any of these teams.
Nebraska will be 3-0. The one out of the three that I'm most worried about is Ohio. But Nebraska will be 3-0. Let's just go game by game here. You got to go on the road for Pat Fitzgerald's first Big Ten game back in the conference at Michigan State. That's tough. Just because Nebraska doesn't play well against Pat Fitzgerald. Next, you have Mike Locksley in Maryland. We forget that their quarterback was a true freshman this last year and was legit. And now he's back for his sophomore year.
Which
and you
is a
expect
big year for Locksley.
You expect a sophomore jump for him, Billy Edwards Jr. Or no, excuse me, not Billy Edwards. I'm blanking on the name. Either way, then it's obviously Indiana at home. We know the whole deal there. Then it's Indiana and Oregon back to back in Eugene. Then it's Washington, and Jed Fish is a really good coach. We know about Damon Williams. And then at Illinois, at Rutgers, versus Ohio State, at Iowa. I mean, Nebraska is fortunate that they're not like a Northwestern who has their one bye of the season in week 2, AD. Northwestern has their one bye this year in week 2 after they play South Dakota State. First off, that's tough. The Northwesterns got to go, and I commend David Braun, man. They got to play South Dakota State week 1, which is a tough one.
Yes, DSU.
Yep. Then it's a bye week. Then Colorado, Indiana, Penn State, Michigan State, Oregon, Ohio State, Iowa, Minnesota, Illinois.
That's the gauntlet.
I feel for Northwestern and David Braun. But don't forget, they got Chip Kelly now. Now, it is some other Big Ten notes before we go to break. Illinois lost their defensive coordinator over the weekend.
Yeah.
Illinois defensive coordinator Aaron Henry goes to Notre Dame to become the co-defensive coordinator for the Fighting Irish there. So,
do you think your man crush
Easy.
Freeman is gonna think that improves them quite a bit?
I do.
Yeah. You think they won't take their ball and go home next year?
No, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Wisconsin's got to play.
You
Notre
want
Dame.
your dirty mouth, AD?
Yeah, right. Here's the thing, AD. I'm going to put you on the spot. You got to come up with a trivia question because we have Super Bowl squares to give away ahead of our Super Bowl party on Sunday. Four Super Bowl squares to give away in our next segment.
I'll come up with a trivia question. Football related, obviously.
Whatever related.
Okay. We'll make it Super Bowl related. I'll look something up. We'll be back, folks, with a little trivia
to get you some tickets to be at the party on Sunday and a little bit of 80 attitude adjustment. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Flowers and chocolate are great for Valentine's Day, but you know what really earns you bonus points? A massage. No, not from you, but from the professionals at The Body Shop. Now is the time to purchase a gift certificate for your significant other to make sure you're the big winner this Valentine's Day. Go to thebodyshoplincoln.com and select from their wide variety of specific massages. Once you've purchased, you can either print out the certificate or email it to the lucky recipient. Do Valentine's Day right this year with a massage from The Body Shop, right behind Eyeglass World at 56th and O.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes a complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out on mynutritionauthority.com.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold.
At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, for brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Tomorrow is about the lessons we learn today. A farmer's market teaches us that community is grown together. Kids laughing shows us how joy is easy. And coffee on the porch reminds us to savor every moment. These are the lessons that shape a tomorrow we all share. One filled with trust, good company, and wide open dreams. That's the way banking should be. And that's Pinnacle Bank. Member FDIC.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back for our last segment, kind of a show recap. First of all, it is good to be back, almost 100%. If you're sick, folks, man, take care of yourself. If you're not yet, man, get your vitamin C in there and your, what is that other supplement called, Swim? That
I drink an emergency every morning. I drink that every single morning.
Yes, definitely do that.
Now, does it help? Maybe. I don't. Maybe it's all superstition stuff.
Can't hurt. Kind of
Right?
a placebo effect.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I feel great.
Oh, I got sick because I didn't take it. No, but anyway.
We discussed Nebraska women dropping 90-71 to Ohio State. Number 11, Ohio State. Of course, we talked about the men's basketball dropping 78-69 to number 9, Illinois. Me and Nick Sherd were not one bit concerned. If it had been an inferior team, that would be concerning. But no, Nebraska's got 5 days to rest. That we take care of business. We discussed the football schedule as well. It's going to be an interesting 2026 to say the least. Talking about now, we've got some history, actually some quiz questions for you.
Yes.
Trivia. And Nick I'll give the question. Then Nick, I kind of explain the rules real fast.
Yes. So these are we do it every year. Super Bowl squares, and we preface it on we're giving them away on every single show. Let me make it very clear. If you've already won a Super Bowl square, I'm looking at the paper right now. There have been 29 people that have already won a Super Bowl square. If you've already won a square, please do not answer the question. Please let somebody else win a Super Bowl square. It's only one per person. And so basically the way that this works is you will get assigned a square before the game on Sunday. We will tweet out a picture, put it on all of our social media pages, and basically say, okay, these are your squares. These are what you're looking for. And if you end up winning a square because of the score at the end of each quarter, then you will win a prize. And we got some pretty sweet prizes coming up for Sunday. So if you've already won, do not answer this question. But if you do win, just text us. 402-464-5685.
Unknown texture regarding the schedule 0628. I would not want to be in Rule's shoes. Pre-off says 4 and 8. What their opinions are on things. Here's a trivia question, folks. What is the only team to go to 4 straight Super Bowls?
Ooh.
The only team to go to 4 straight Super Bowls. 402-464-5685. Text your answer if you have not done it before. Again.
Okay. Yes.
The only team to go to 4 straight Super Bowls.
While we wait on those answers, what you got for us for the attitude adjustment today?
Folks, procrastination. Here we are, February 2nd. How are you doing on those things you said you were going to do on January 1st? You know, the passing of Mr. James Jackson Sr. reminds me procrastination is one of the most hideous things that we can do to ourselves, because we're wasting something that's the most precious resource. It's time. And James Jackson Sr. lived life to the fullest at 78 years old. And he packed a couple lives in that 78. More importantly, by the number of people he impacted. He did not procrastinate. He lived by the mantra, get things done, help as many people as you can while you can.
There you go. We got 4 winners here. All right, so I need names for 3616 on the text line. I need a name for, I believe, okay, we got Jeff S. in here as well. We have American Nightmare and Augie are your 4 winners for this round of Super Bowl Squares. But make sure you stay tuned once again as we hand things off to DP for one-on-one with DP here in just a second. AD, they'll be giving away some more Super Bowl Squares on every single show entire week.
4 squares. Folks, thanks for riding with us on this Monday morning. Me and Swim will be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Stay tuned to One-on-One with DP. It's The Drive, 93.7 Ticket.
Culture and Coffee with Mike Smith and the Bowie Boys is back this Friday, February 6th, featuring members from the Nebraska baseball team. Stop by this Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. as we turn the ticket into a skate park. You heard that right, a skate park, and also highlight the upcoming year for Husker baseball with players from the team. Again, that's 6 to 9 p.m. this Friday, February 6th, for a live broadcast of Culture and Coffee from 6 to 8 p.m. and a Vintage Market Plus skate experience hosted by the Bowie Boys from 8 to 9 p.m. This is a party you won't want to miss.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Every winter, I struggle with feeling sluggish and down. I've read about the benefits of red light systems, but trying the Spectrum 7 at MaxTan has become my bright spot. A few sessions of full-body red light, and I'm more energized and centered. It's my go-to winter boost, MaxTan.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your